sometimes people look for the release, because if the release doesn't happen, they don't feel like the technique is working. But if the release happens when your nervous system is above or beyond your window of tolerance, healing is not happening.
Hello everyone and welcome to my podcast. I'm Giada from School of Shamanism and this is the season Walking Between the Worlds. And I've got the pleasure today to have with me here Susana Ramos. We say that in the Latin way, in the Mediterranean way with a rolling strong R. So Susana, she's working here at the Art and Spirituality Center, but not only here, based in Edinburgh, offering her beautiful breathwork sessions, very powerful ones. I've been to one of them, and she's also offering many more things. Would you like to let us know a little bit about yourself?
Of course. First, hello, and thanks for inviting me. This is it's an honor, and it's also a bit out of my comfort zone. So it's good that we're working through this.
Yes.
I've decided to bring cacao to help me.
Cheers to you.
So, what do I do? I've been in Edinburgh for almost 14 years now. I changed careers not long after I arrived. Initially, I was supposed to be a lawyer. And that's what I studied.
One of the world.
Yeah, one of the world. And then I decided that world wasn't for me. I could feel how my soul was like very heavy and very sad. And I just couldn't picture myself having a happy life doing that. So here I changed careers and I went into vet nursing because I've always felt like I wanted to help somehow. And I've always felt that the way we treat animals in this world, or at least in this society, could improve a little bit. So I've been working as a vet nurse, I think, since 2020 or 2021. And I currently do have like a part-time job because it's nights. So I have a lot of free time. And this job actually allowed me to be able to establish myself and have the time to like offer things to the world, because I've been in the spiritual world and doing my own healing for about 10 years. I started with Reiki as a client, so I used to go and I used to get Reiki, and then I got my first level, and then over the years I kind of progressed to the master level. I use it a lot with animals at work. I don't feel the call to do it to people. I can, but it's not one of my main offers. And then I discovered human design around 2018, I think was the first time. And for me, it changed my world because I don't think you know much about human design.
No, we were speaking before actually, and I was extremely interested about that. So I really definitely want to know more.
So human design is a system that kind of puts humans, into 5 different energy types. So all of us have different energies in the way that they operate in a different way. It's like an engine. Think about it as an engine. If you feed the wrong fuel to the engine, that engine is not going to work well. It's going to find resistance blocks, and eventually you're probably going to get sick. You can still live. It doesn't mean that if you're not aligned with your design, you can go through life. You can. It's just going to be a little bit harder than if you find how your energy flows. So when I first discovered human design, I am a manifestor, which is a minority group. Only 8% of the population are manifestors. And I'm very
And I've discovered me too.
that she's also a manifestor. I kind of had the feeling like you're either a manifestor or a manifesting generator. Anyway, so there are these different types: manifestors, manifesting generators, projectors, and reflectors.
What are the differences?
There are many differences. Like this system it goes deep. But the main general, I think, idea for people is how your energy and your aura work. So manifestors, we have like a close aura, which means we only allow people that we want into our space. Generators are manifesting generators because they are all generators. They function as generators energetically. There's just a slight difference between a pure generator and a manifesting generator. Their auras are open and enveloping, and they love meeting people with open auras because they can just mingle with each other. So they work very well in groups. And the generator group is the 70% of the population. So we need to thank to this group how they build the world, because they are the ones who have built the world we live in. And then we have projectors and reflectors. Projectors is 20% of the population. They're here to guide generators. They need to be recognized. The energy needs to be recognized, to be accepted, and their aura is more, it works like a little arrow. So they like to focus on one person at a time. So that aura, the projector aura, and the generator aura works perfectly fine because the generator is open. And then the projector has this piercing, I don't know if that's the right English word.
Yeah.
Like this piercing energy where they just know things about you and they just guide you. And it's amazing. And then the reflectors is a 1% of the population. They're a complete different being. They function in a complete different way. It is quite amazing. And basically they reflect the environment. So this is the auras. When we talk about energy, just quickly, because I can't speak about human design for
I can imagine.
hours. So just stop me when you feel like you've had any.
No, it's extremely fascinating.
The generator's energy works, let's say, daily. Okay, so they recharge overnight, and first thing in the morning, they're great, they're full of energy, and they spend the energy during the day, and then they go to sleep at night. It's daily, okay? Manifestors, projectors, and reflectors, we work in different ways. We don't have this 24-hour cycle. We have periods where we're on and periods where we're off. That's what I say, that the generator group has built the group, because this, the way society is set up of how we work, it can only be sustained by a generator, if that makes sense. Because I as a manifestor have periods of days. I call myself something like I'm a dragon queen. So I'm like, I'm on top of the dragon and I'm flying and I am dominating and conquering the world, and I feel strong and magnetic. And then the next day I'm a potato couch where I can't literally, I can't, don't ask anything.
The dragon is stamping on you. So what that little thing over there?
Because I have no energy. And that's completely normal for our type. The thing is that obviously we've been conditioned. So having this type of energy sometimes doesn't really work well with how the world is set up. Because I need days and days and days of being by myself with my own aura to recharge. So there are a lot of different, I don't know, it's a huge world. It is a huge world on how we interact with other people, how we learn. It's amazing. One, I think I read it in one of the human design schools. If you see the types as roles, imagine a music orchestra. So we manifestors, we will initiate the project. We will say, hey, let's create an orchestra. Let's do this. But then we don't stay to do the work. We initiate the rest. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then you have the director of the orchestra, which in this case would be the projector. Because the projector is going to guide all the musicians who are the generators, who are creating the music, who are creating the piece. And then the reflector will be sitting literally on a chair, telling everybody if this is going well or if this is not going well, because they literally reflect everything. So for me, this picture,
I would never be one of them. I would be over there and physically also help to direct something.
Probably leave. Sometimes Manifestor, we just initiate it and we just leave.
Sure, we've seen that things work.
Yes, and then we just leave. So this is a very good example of how human design can help. And knowing your energy type obviously is going to help you tune into that engine and work accordingly, so that your life, so that you get a push in your life instead of getting blockages.
Yeah.
And I think I should stop here about it.
No, it's amazing. We could actually do an entire hour speaking about, how did you end up in having this around you? I mean, finding you.
My lovely friend and mentor, Tiffany, hello, if you're watching this. I did a lot of sessions with her healing in the past. She introduced me to Moon Key.
Yes, yes.
You know, because you're a shaman.
No, I wanted to be a little bit more into that years ago, but it wasn't the right time. So I said, fine, I'll leave it. They come to me again when it's the right one.
Well, if you need someone, Tiffany, she's based in Glasgow half of the year.
Okay.
The other half of the year, she's...
The teacher that I had met, it was based up into near Forres, Verness, right side over there, another one. But it wasn't working in that moment.
It was not, even not flowing, that's fine. It wasn't meant to be. So I've done work with her, as she's helped me through a lot of things. And she knows so much about human design. So she was offering readings, and because I liked her, I usually bump into things because I like the person. And I got a reading for the first time, I think it was in 2018, and it blew my mind. But there was only so much I had the capacity to integrate. I was very, very conditioned, because manifestors can be conditioned as generators. We just want to keep going and keep going.
Yes, I know the feeling.
Yes, so that was the first taste I had. And then couple of years later, I went back to it and I said, Tiffany, I need the same reading again. And then it's when I started to incorporating it in my life. Because human design, I don't like to look at it as a dogma. It's more like an experiment. So I'll give you some guidelines. Experiment with them in your life. See if this works. See if this way of operating or relating or recharging works for you. If it works, great. Keep doing it. If it doesn't, then do your own thing. So that's how I got into it. And for me, learning that I was a manifestor, that I was one of the minority groups, it helped me a lot, because I can be quite hard on myself, on judging myself and maybe not meeting other people's standards. But when I learned that my energy is not supposed to work like that, it helped to loosen up the grip that I had on myself. And I know that I need to initiate. So I sometimes just initiate and then let things happen.
Yes, I like very much creating connections with people. Sometimes I put them together and then I leave. Yes. That's what I say.
Yes,
when you should meet this one, you should that fine.
And then bye-bye.
Exactly.
That sounds like a manifestor.
Yeah. Because it's like it seems you are contributing somehow to just being a little small part of the big puzzle. And exactly, being a connector it's a wonderful element.
Yeah. We do our thing and then we leave. And that's who we are. And we're not for everybody. But yeah. And generators, for example, generators' strategy of going through life is not initiating like us. And this is a big, big, big problem for them, because society has taught everybody that if you want something in your life, you need to go out and get it. Mm-hmm. And only 8% of the population, only the manifestors are supposed to function like that, which means the other rest are struggling to get things they want in this way. So the generator type is supposed to wait and respond. Mm-hmm. So they respond to the environment, they respond to the people, they respond to opportunities. They have this internal biological, it's called the sacral center. I don't want to get too technical with words, but they should know, if they ask their bodies, it's like a yes or no response. It can be instant or it can be over a few weeks, depending on what type of generator you are. But they're here to respond. So we are the ones, for example, who initiate, and then they're the ones who says yes or no. So we get rejected a lot because not everything we initiate is maybe aligned or received or, directed to the right person. So they're here to say yes or no. If they waited for all these opportunities to come to them, their life would be so much easier.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's just that sometimes you see people that they have similar needings. So say, well, actually, the two of you have similar needings. So you make the connections, and then the connection, they don't take this chance. They say, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. You got the contact, whatever. Just do the first step. It's easy. You don't even have sometimes to put too much effort, because I've already prepared the next for you.
It's easy for you because that's what you're supposed to be doing. So
I see people sometimes complicating their life in such a way, creating dramas where there is no drama behind. It's just simple. You connect dot A with B, then you see what happens.
You're such a manifestor. Most of the people don't function like that.
No, I know. But
now you know why.
Now, exactly.
Now you know.
Exactly. Now that I can see where I struggle sometimes it depends, of course, if you are then trapped into the loop of people where they see the two things there and instead they go around the circles. But maybe I do the same, some other things, but I'm quite straightforward. If I see the potential of a vision, something over there, even if it's far there in the corner.
That's your manifestor energy. That's your manifestor energy. But you cannot expect
I know
people who are in a manifestor to see what you see and to function how you function.
But sometimes I take their hands and say, come here, we go together over there. Then you go back and you do your own path.
See, no, we're also very fast. Manifestors, very fast.
Yeah.
Pure generators are very slow.
I know.
Their pace are slow. I struggle personally. Sometimes I'm like, can't you just speed up?
A lot. And I say, fine, divine timing, but let's give a boost.
But that's how they are. And at the end of the day, Tiffany, my mentor, did tell me this once. We all get to the same point at the same time. Why? Because generators have constant energy, so they can keep the workload and the
lot of energy
daily. So they might be slow, but they do something daily. Whereas us, as manifestors, I can do what a manifestor can do in a week in one day. A manifestor, not a generator, sorry, can do in a week. But then the rest of the week, I'll be a potato couch. So by the end of the week, we've all accomplished the same thing. It's just the way to get there is different.
But they don't take a week to do what we do.
It's an example.
It takes a months, plural.
It's an example.
Or never. I have to say never.
Yeah, the generators kind of struggle with quitting as well.
And quitting, which I never understand why people quit.
Because they're generators, and that's something... The
question is always, have you tried everything possible? Yes or no? If you haven't, go back and try again.
Oh, you're so funny.
So it's unacceptable for me to quit something. Unless you've already tried several things, it doesn't work. Just go back. You will try it another time in a few months. Conditions are not ripe. Perfect. But sometimes I just try once, twice. Oh, no, it doesn't work for me. No.
I don't fully agree with this because I think there are right ways of quitting things. For generators, there are right ways of quitting things. Sometimes maybe they've said yes to something, and when they start the process, they realize that it's not for them. So in that scenario, it's good for them to stop it because they're here to do what they're passionate about.
Yeah, but sometimes they just don't put the work.
Yeah, no, like there is a correct way and an incorrect way.
Yeah, exactly.
So we might have the case of a generator getting into something that then they realize once they're in, they're not aligned. So the correct thing for them to do is to stop it. But then generators learn in a ladder way. So they have steps, little steps, until they reach a plateau. Okay? They sometimes can quit when they're on this plateau. If they knew that that's part of their learning process, this plateau, it is supposed to be there. And if they manage to hold the plateau, the breakthrough will happen right after the plateau. But because we're all impatient and we all live at 300 miles an hour, when we get kind of plateau, they feel frustrated, they feel stuck, and that's when they quit. So all the generators, if you feel like you're in a plateau and you want to quit, hold it, because after that you will get the breakthrough that you're
exactly
looking for.
It's just like sometimes quitting 5 minutes before reaching the destination.
Yeah,
but I always need to push myself and say,
but that's part of
fine, you arrived till here, just wait. So definitely I've built a big amount of patience.
You have.
Terms
of, I'm still working on
that. Patience with people in general, but patience also waiting for from the universe sometimes to take me where I would love to be or to receive things. Sometimes I had to wait years.
Yes.
Which was really like when I was in the corporate job and I was already ready to leave and I had to stay other 8 extra years before being able to, because the conditions weren't right for a lot of things to come.
Totally.
Because I would have been in the Art and Spirituality Center, because I still had to implement, to go deeper into the shamanic offer studies. I needed to dedicate more time to definitely, and karmic reasons for sure.
Well, you made it.
A lot of patience.
You made it. It's a lovely space, and you do a lot for the community. So thank you.
Yeah, it makes me really happy. It really fills my heart to see all the people actually that they do what they love here and they help others. And those others, when they contact you and they say, actually, I would love to offer something to the community, because I see people like we did the open days, and I had people reaching me, oh, I would love to offer something free as well to the community. Or
I did that.
to
yeah. You remember?
Yes, but you're already offering this here.
I know, but like it's payments, because I want to make this my full-time living. But yeah, we need to organize facilitator breathwork.
It seems like another category, an alien one.
Why?
It's facilitator, generator.
Oh no, yes. So because we can give to the community, but I feel like sometimes
we need
facilitators or healers or whoever holds the space and offer the services, we give quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know you, but sometimes I feel like I don't go enough. Like I should, for myself.
Yes,
so I thought about maybe we could organize a free session for just facilitators.
Yeah.
Who wants to join to do a breathwork session?
Exactly. And so for the breathwork, how is your way of offering breathwork different or similar to others? What are your core characteristics that you feel belong to you because you have integrated them in your way of working?
Yes. So the breathwork I offer is a conscious connected breathing technique. It's called Spiritus. And I believe the base of all these conscious connected techniques, they're kind of the same. It's like a dynamic, continuous, connected breath. But I do believe that then each technique has its own flavor.
Yeah.
On my case, it is kind of weaved with shamanism. So the way it got to the founder, it was through plant medicines. Mm-hmm. So in a way, there is a lot of, obviously, the breathwork technique, but then we treat the space as a sacred space where we allow guides, spirits to guide us and to, at least to guide me, to hold the space for you and to hold it for you. So I think the main difference from spiritus to other techniques might be this shamanic element. Mm-hmm. We're also trained with trauma-informed techniques, which I don't actually know if other breathwork training is also included. I am not aware because I have not been training this in them, but we are trained to try and identify when the nervous system is within the window of tolerance so that healing happens. Because I feel like there is a lot of conscious connected breathwork happening. I think we're in the moment here of the boom of this type of breath. But I feel like sometimes people look for the release, because if the release doesn't happen, they don't feel like the technique is working. But if the release happens when your nervous system is above or beyond your window of tolerance, healing is not happening. You're having a big release, but it's not actually healing you. It's not actually helping you. It's feeding your ego. It's like, oh my God, I've gone to this breath work and I've had this
massive
massive
And it just acts like the flashing.
And sometimes it can actually re-traumatize. It can actually make it worse. So I think the shamanic and the monitoring of this, that's why we might be different than other techniques. I was trained first to do one-to-one sessions, and then I got the training for groups. Because obviously I need to build my capacity and learn how to maintain and support energetically to all the group. So my groups right now are quite small, 6-7 people. My aim is when I build my capacity up to 10. When that will be, I don't know. Whenever I'm ready. But right now it's quite small groups.
Yeah, so it's a privilege of being part of this small group when it happens, because you got a personalized attention, and it's really, when I experienced that with you, of course, then every time is different, with every session is different. It was a lot of expansion in that moment, a lot of energy going beyond the walls of the room, and very, 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 very powerful. Of course, then it depends on the facilitator, and depends how you are in that moment.
And the group.
And the group energy as well. So there are a lot of elements that can change all the time. Mm-hmm. And if people don't have the chance to come and work with you on a group because they're not based in Edinburgh, what kind of easy first step can you share with people that want on a daily basis do something for themselves either in one world or in the other one, to say, okay, I want to change something. Things don't work here in my life. I'm full of worries, too much in my mind, which is what I always hear from people coming.
Yeah, we live in our heads.
A lot of our, 99% in my heads. How can I live out of that world?
So first, I like to say that I can do a spiritus online. It's not something that I currently offer because I'm more of like, I like the in-person element. But if someone would like a session, private or a group, just let me know, contact me, and maybe I can create something online. If we're not doing this, if you just want some tips for you to do in your day, it is amazing how much just breathing consciously can shift your mind state. And by that, I simply mean take 20 deep breaths. Close your eyes, put your hand in your chest and your hand in your belly, and just feel. Just breathe. And just feel how the breath is filling your body, leaving your body. The warmth, just breathe consciously. Because breathing obviously is something that happens.
It's automatic. It's an automatic pilot.
So we normally do it unconsciously. That's why doing it in a conscious way, it can just shift your mind. I've started now to, because when I'm in my Manifestor flow, I'm fast like an arrow.
Put on the label, the head of the man.
Yes, I'm like, I'm going.
We should actually print a T-shirt.
Get out of the way. When I'm on the floor, it's like, get out of the way.
Exactly.
So I try to stop. For example, when I parked here when I arrived, I would normally in the past park, and without a second, I would just come in here and walk in. Now I take 2 or 3 breaths. They don't even have to be deep, just 3 breaths. Yeah. But when I'm actually paying attention,
it's taking that pause exactly. Also, in my millions of things that I do in between in the day, sometimes I just step back. I go back. I realize that I'm always like that. And I go back and I take 3 breaths. I say, fine, I can face the next thing.
Because we're always in the next step. Anyway, that's the breath. And then for the human design, I would suggest to everybody to get a human design reading.
Oh, yes, I want that happening.
There are different levels. You can get, human design goes deep. But I feel with the first level reading, you have years to experiment with. To know your energy type, how you learn, how you relate to people. And that will help you come out of your head. Because human design also has the principle that the decisions we're supposed to make in this life, none of the types are supposed to be made with the head. So all of our decisions come from our body. Different parts of the body, different centers, depending on your type. But they all kind of teach you little by little to start falling into the body and trusting that response that your body has, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And it's not something that you can do on a group level, this one, just in a one-to-one.
No, it's in a one-to-one. You can do a workworkshop,
just to speak and explain about people that would be interesting.
Yes, but today I've just spoken about.
I was thinking about.
I can see you.
You can see my brain already thinking. Okay, actually, we can organize something here.
Because on the level 1 reading of human design, I would go through the types, which is the only thing I've mentioned today. But then there is something called the profiles, which is numbers. And we all have 2 numbers. You're a 5-1, for example. You make an excellent teacher. So those 2 numbers also will kind of create your character, the add characteristics to your type. And then we also have the strategy and the authority.
That's so many.
It is a lot. So the strategy is how we move through life. As I mentioned, manifestors, we're supposed to just initiate. Generators are supposed to wait and respond. That's the strategy. And then the authority is who makes the decisions for you. So for me, for example, I am a splenic ego authority. So I am very much a now being. Now or not now. If
now or never.
My time doesn't know when. I don't know, but I know it's not now. But yours, for example, is emotional authority. So it works completely different. You are a slower manifestor than I am, because for you to make a decision, you need to learn about your emotional waves. And only the right decision will come to you at the end of these emotional waves. Mm-hmm. So it is an absolutely mind-blowing world. And these things I've just mentioned is just with the level 1. So once I give you the information and then you go out with your daily life, you can mindfully try and pay attention on how you make decisions, how do you relate, and what's the outcome of it. Have you found resistance? Has it flowed? Doesn't? Because it's giving you information of how things are working out for you.
And when you find resistance about something, what do you do?
There are 1 million reasons why you might have resistance, okay? One might be because you're not aligned with your design. So just pay attention to how you went into that relationship. Like, you're supposed to initiate. So if someone comes and say, hey, Giada, do you want to do A, B, and C? You are going to say yes or no, which then is not aligned for you because you're responding as a generator. Mm-hmm. So you might find obstacles and resistance down the way because you didn't enter that project relationship correctly.
Yeah.
It's
makes sense.
Yeah. And we're back on human design.
Yes. Yes, anyway. Technically, that breathwork is just...
No. Breathwork, I love breathwork. And I thought we were going to speak more about...
Okay, we are going to change now in Art and Spirituality website. We cancel breathwork activities. New offer from February 2025. This podcast will be released later on in May. So just watch this page, check on the website if things have changed.
No, you need to come to the breathwork. It's amazing. And
no, I know it is.
It's super powerful. For me, it's changed my life. The training was very hard and was very intense because we used to do weekly breathwork journeys, and it is a lot for the nervous system. At some weeks, I had to take breaks because my system needed to be nourished, not activated.
Exactly.
But it shifted layers, fears, insecurities. I've also discovered new ones because this is what happens when you work on some of them, then new ones appear. Yeah, but I am different than I was 2 years ago, and this has been thanks to Spiritus.
Wonderful. So where can people find you online, on Instagram?
So my Instagram, I don't have a website yet because it costs money, and at the moment I don't think we need it. So I have Instagram and Facebook. You can find me susanaramos.healingtogether. And for my breathwork sessions, I put the tickets up in Eventbrite. And the profile name is the same. So that's where you can find me. Here we do now once a month.
She exactly runs a session here at the Art Spirituality Center.
From April is going to be the first Sunday of the month, correct?
Yes.
February, well, you don't care because this will be released from May.
Yes.
So anyway, from May onwards, the first Sunday of the month, I'll be here. And then I'm also trying to find another venues in Edinburgh because my groups are small. I think I can,
expand,
I can reach more people. And I'm also offering in East Lothian at the moment in East Linton, in the Yoga Den with lovely Caroline. So any questions, just let me know.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Susana. It was been a really amazing conversation with a new topic. So we need to have you as a guest again with a new topic. We will go back speaking about human design again.
Sure.
Whatever the question is human design. Well, me too, of course. We are now, we know that we have the same label. So thank you so much. It's been really a pleasure, and maybe one day you will start your podcast too.
Sure. One day.
Watch the space.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.